Welcome back and thanks for joining me on another beer review. We have got a beer from Asda now that I picked up not long ago, and it's from Purity Brewing Co. And this is a can of their Bunny Hop Unfiltered Hazy Pale Ale, coming in at 3.5%. It's a gluten-free beer. It's a 330ml can, and it would have been £1.70, but I picked this up as part of a 4 for 3, so this was the free one, if you like. It was the fourth beer, but the free one, if that makes any sense. Jesus Christ, a lot of numbers going on there. Anyway, lovely artwork. I do like that. Not had too much from Purity, but generally some of the stuff I've had has been all right. It's been, run-of-the-mill sort of beers. So let's get it out, get it into this glass, and see what we get. Friday. Woohoo! Quick cheeky beer review before I go for a bath, ready to go out to darts. So I'll be having a few at darts tonight. No work tomorrow, which is a rare thing for old Baz. I feel like I just constantly work. But I suppose there's a lot of you out there that feel like that at times. So, we've got a few floaty bits going around in there. I don't know if you can see. There are a few floaty bits. You probably can't see them. It's a light lemon orange colour, if you like. It looks quite thin, 3.5% and gluten-free. Probably is going to be that little bit lighter. We got a big 2-finger Spacious white head on top. There is still a bit left in the can. It may change when I get the rest in. But let's dive in on the nose and see what we get for now. Fucking hell. It'd be a miracle if I actually had a sniff and didn't actually put my nose in the beer. I need to chop some of my nose off, too big a hooter. Hoppy. Typical sort of tropical notes in there. Pineapple, passion fruit, grapefruit, that kind of thing going on. It smells nice enough, it doesn't. It doesn't smell anything nasty in there. It smells nice enough. It smells a bit run of the mill, but it smells nice enough. So let's get the rest in. See if we get any difference. We'll get it all in there. Look at that head on there. Looks like a fucking ice cream. Look at that. It's a beauty. It's got a little bit hazier as well. Anyway, let's dive in, give this beauty a taste. Very thin. There's no denying that. Very thin. Doesn't surprise me really, if I'm totally honest. It looked quite thin. The low ABV, the gluten-free thing. I find with gluten-free beers, they do tend to be that little bit thinner. Very carbonated, and it's quite I would say this is very, very busy in carbonation, a bit too busy for my liking. Sometimes I say some beers are carbonated but they're not sort of like raging. For me, this is one of them. This is a little bit too much carbonation for me. Mouthfeel, again, the carbonation is just too much. It doesn't do the mouthfeel any favours. It's not particularly soft or smooth because it's so light. It's quite bitter. You sort of get like a tropical sort of taste to start off with. Bitterness really sort of kicks in. And the bitterness is still going now. A little bit bitter on the back end still. It does get a little bit wishy-washy on the back. But it's run-of-the-mill sort of stuff. It's got enough sort of bitterness in there to make you think, it's 3.5%, but it's not really screaming anything else in there. It's got the juicy notes. It's a little bit wishy-washy on the back end. It's got a bit of bitterness, but it sort of feels. It does feel a little bit squashy, if that makes any sense. I think because it is so sort of thin and the tropical sort of flavours, it does feel a little bit squash-like. Yeah, you can tell it's a beer, which is a good thing. I have had some that you can't even tell that are a beer. They are like sort of squash and do nothing. I mean, this does resemble a beer, but I mean, as a standalone beer, would I go out and pick this up? I wouldn't pick this up again, no. But remember, gluten-free, this has probably been made for that reason. It's not a beer that happens to be gluten-free, I don't think. I think this has been brewed to be a gluten-free beer for people who are gluten intolerant, if you like. So, I mean, I've not tried an awful lot, to be honest, of gluten-free beers. I can't say whether it's a bad one or a good one. As a standalone beer, it's maybe a little bit boring, wishy-washy. But, you know, it might be good as a gluten-free beer goes. So, yeah, personally, as a normal beer, I wouldn't recommend it. Gluten-free beer, I don't know. I don't have enough experience. So all I would say is maybe if you are gluten intolerant, go to Asda, give it a go, and see what you think of it. And, you know, let me know your comments if you've had it, really. If you are gluten intolerant, let me know your experience with gluten-free beers. It's always good to hear some feedback. Like I say, I know nothing about it, so I can't really comment too much. But yeah, give it a go if you want to. From Asda, £1.70, and if you pick it up as 4 for free, you get it for free. They're my views on this. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment, like I say, if you've had it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again on another beer review. Excuse me. Cheers.